It'll still work hanging down. There we go.
Do this so it doesn't slide down on you.
Who's here from the lanyard?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. I'm talking about you. All right. Thank you all for being here. I wanted to talk about the Prichard Water Board. There's been a lot said over the last week about the investigation into the finances of the Prichard Water Board. Gabe had reported in Lanyap a comment allegedly by Napoleon Bracey about Napoleon Bracey took shots at the Mobile County District Attorney's Office for slow walking the investigation. I've personally talked with Napoleon Bracey, and he says he didn't say that. He says that he never said that we were slow walking the investigation. He said that he wants all of the resources possible to be used to investigate this crime to help the citizens of Prichard, and he is very adamant about that. And I'm here to tell you today that's exactly what's happening. So I want to set the record straight. We've met with members of the Prichard Water Board since 2018 to investigate. They've asked us to investigate violations of the Open Records Act and alleged board violations regarding board policies and procedures. And we explained to them at that time that the specific complaints that they were alleging to our office needed to be addressed with the Alabama Ethics Commission. Our office has never been given a copy of the letter that Mr. Heidelberg has given out to numerous numerous media outlets, and it's been posted all over social media. We've never been given a copy of that letter that he says he gave to our office and to the Attorney General's office. And we've never been asked to investigate fraudulent credit card purchases by employees of the Prichard Water Board until the last week in December of 2021. At that time, the complaint was made to our office about illegal credit card spending, and we immediately opened an investigation and began working diligently on this case. And that was just a mere 6-7 weeks ago. So we are working collaboratively with the Attorney General's office, the Mobile County Sheriff's Office, the Alabama Department of Revenue, and our Alabama Department of Examiners, and our federal partners to determine the criminal charges that will be filed and what arrest will be made. There are over 24,000 pages of credit card charges and receipts to review in this case alone, not to mention all the other allegations of illegally spending money for personal gain by numerous employees in addition to the credit cards. This process takes time, and I don't think any of you want me to succumb to any pressures to arrest someone without diligently determining the fullest extent of their criminal activity and who all is involved to make those arrests. Keep in mind that any information that's been leaked at this point regarding credit card charges has not been through a formal audit. One station is reporting that an audit will be tendered to the board on Monday. That's not an audit. That is merely a compilation of the credit card charges that have been made in this case. So to report that an audit will be tendered to the board on Monday is just not factually correct. If anything, a mere record of those credit card statements and a review of those credit card statements has been performed, and that is my understanding of what will be tendered to the board on Monday. This investigation is going to take time. We are on top of it. We are working on it daily, and when we have finished our completed investigation, we will announce charges, amounts, and who is being arrested in this case. Okay?
Do you have any ideas of what the timeline is for how long that investigation will take?
You know, I don't. I mean, you know, if you had 24,000 pages of documents to review and to determine who made those charges and whose signatures were on those documents, and to prove that, to get enough proof to establish probable cause to arrest someone, I think you would say also it's going to take a significant amount of time. I don't think it's going to take a year by any means, but I do think it's going to take weeks and perhaps months.
How many people approximately are looked at for potential criminal charges?
I think any single person that's been employed at the Prichard Water Board during this alleged activity will have to be interviewed as to you know, what their responsibilities have been. But again, I really don't want to go into the specifics because that deals with how we conduct our investigation. And as y'all know, I've been very forthcoming that we only really comment on cases that we have under investigation. We don't discuss what our investigation is, how our investigation is being pursued.
And when you were referring to the Mr. Heidelberg's letter, you were referring to the complaint he made to the Ethics Commission, and you were never copied?
No. He came to us and made complaints about alleged board activity. But as far as a letter and a document that is being circulated on some of the news outlets, internet and social media pages, that 3-page document has never been tendered to our office.
And you've never had?
Some of the allegations in that letter have been tendered to our office, absolutely, and we referred them to the,
Allegations in the letter itself.
because
Whether
the
or not you have
the allegations that were made to us in our office, we determined to be allegations that needed to be handled by the Ethics Commission.
Yeah.
And all of the things that are on that letter were not disclosed to our office in that meeting. So I think it's important to distinguish that.
Well, the allegations of slow walking the investigation weren't just Gracie's. There are others who said early on that you suggested charges wouldn't be forthcoming or this case would be hard to prosecute.
And when did I allegedly say that?
Well,
Because I've never said that. In fact, you contacted me, you emailed me, or you texted me, and I said I had no comment.
I'm not suggesting you in particular, but a member of your office or a member of your staff.
Well, I can assure you that we have been very much on top of this investigation.
Can you talk, I know you don't want to get too much into the facts, but Nia Bradley's attorney has suggested that all of these credit card charges were kosher because the board had authorized them all.
Oh, I'm not going to get into any of that, sorry.
Are public officials, whether it's an appointed board or elected board, fully understanding in this county of what they can do with a credit card that's issued to them or any kind of, or? is there-
Oh, I am. And I certainly know that if, as the district attorney, if I buy something that is not authorized, something that does not help me facilitate my job in prosecuting criminals, that it is not under the, I'm not allowed to do that. And my bookkeeper or the person who writes that credit card, the check to the credit card company, is also going to be a system of checks and balances and say, hey, you can't do this. There's lots of things that could be in place or should be in place, but again, I'm not going to comment anymore on that.
We received a second letter from a board member that was also said to be sent to your office alleging credit card fraud. It was from several years ago, as well as credit card charges. Have you received any other second letter from board members? Or is
Again,
that
the
different?
first time we knew anything about credit card charges, we knew that the board members, let me be very specific, we knew that the board members had credit cards, but many members of boards and agencies in other corporations, both public and private, carry credit cards to do authorized spending on those credit cards. So that did not raise a red flag to us at all. But, so they can say that they have told us about board members possessing credit cards, that is absolutely true. But charging and using those credit cards for illegal purchases not authorized by the board has never been alleged until December of 2021.
So bouncing off that, you guys didn't get this until December of 2020, but this is going on.
21.
Excuse me, 21, that's what I was, in my mind, that's what I was saying. But this has been going on for years and years and years.
No, the
Allegedly-
issues, not the stolen credit card, not the credit card spending,
Right.
that has never been brought to our attention. But conflict within the board has absolutely been going on for several years.
Right. Well, what's your reaction to it just coming to your office in December of 2021 when it's been going on since 2018?
Okay, again, conflict within the board has been going on since 2018, but we had no knowledge of any illegal credit card spending until 21.
Is your office involved in these allegations too of water bill prices in the thousands for residential customers? Are you looking into any of that?
That is all part of this investigation, yes.
What is the role of the Attorney General?
We are working collaboratively with the Attorney General's office, so we are all taking a very big part in this case.
And what about federal investigators? Are they involved as well?
Yes, they are. Our federal partners are involved.
Which agency?
I'm not going to comment on that this time. That'll be a question that you would have to ask them.
And this, I mean, these problems with the Prichard Water Board go back years and years and years. There was discussions 8 years ago about, in votes, that laws would take over the Prichard Water Board sewer system. Is that something that also, you know, that your office would be potentially advocating for, to reconsider something like that?
Again, I've got to see the magnitude of what exactly is going on. We don't have a full and complete picture of it, of everything that is going on. So it's not the appropriate time for me to make that decision.
And in terms of, you said that it's all part of this investigation in terms of the rates and overcharge allegations. Is that related? Are the spending on these credit cards, is it related to customers that say they've been overcharged for their bills? Or is it just it's kind of wide ranging, so you're looking at all issues?
We're looking at all the issues.
Not necessarily connected to each other in terms of like a cause and effect.
Well, I think you have to look at, how much illegal spending has been done, and did that illegal spending contribute to price increases for citizens? I certainly think we have to look into that.
What about the approximately, I think you've left 11,000 or so customers with this water system? What would your message be to them? They're maybe uneasy about what's going on or confused.
There are many, many people working on this case, and we are doing everything we can to make sure that the people who have misused this money are held accountable.
Do you have any idea how the checks and balances system should have worked so that this wouldn't have happened
Again.
within the Prichard Water Board?
Again, I can't comment on any of that right now.
Can you give an update to the Biobattery Housing Board investigation, criminal investigation, that we were told was started about 2 years ago?
I can tell you that we have asked for specific documents from the person who made that complaint, and they have yet to bring them to our office.
And let me ask you, just as a matter of the law, without getting into what the facts in this are, but is there a law that would govern the use of credit cards issued by the utility in terms of what employees are supposed to do and how that process is supposed to work, that couldn't be superseded by a board just saying, blessing?
There are
the board?
ethics laws that can be interpreted to give guidance on use of spending, and so those are certainly being looked at.
Is the improper use of a credit card by a public official, that's a felony in the state, correct? Or
Well, yes, it could be that. It could also be theft of property in the first degree, which is a felony. It could be numerous criminal charges. It could be, illegal possession of a credit card. It could be a number of things, and we're looking into all of those cases.
Yeah, and that's going to bring me to my question. Approximately, in your opinion, how many laws do you think were broken in this particular case?
Again, it's too early to tell, because not only are we looking at just the issue of the credit cards, we're looking at all of the allegations that are being made about, Open Meetings Acts, all of these things about how the board conducted their business and activities, who was being paid what for salaries. I mean, it's all encompassing. There are allegations that property was bought. There are allegations that, other things were bought, not through a credit card, but through other banking and finance mechanisms. And so all of that is part of our investigation. And that's what makes it so large.
Do you have an estimate as to the dollar figure? Jay Ross has said that it could be up to $1.5 million, but he didn't think it was as high as $4 million as some of the.
I don't yet, because we do not have all the records. We do not have all the records.
And how far back are you looking? How many years back?
We are looking back at least through the last 5 years. But it's probably going to be more than that.
Is there any action that's going to be taken as far as the board goes right now? Are they going to be suspended and temporary members?
That's a question you need to ask the board or the city council of Prichard that appoints the board members.